the drum is like, so it's just that forever, you know. So that is going to create this sort of limbo space in which the work exists within. And throughout the course of the performance, that the intensity and like the predictability of that is going to sort of devolve into like chaos and intense noise and really heavy sound. The piece in the ice next to the frozen burrito. My name is Ben Gould. I am a 2015 graduate from Kansas City Art Institute. I graduated in the paint department, but with an emphasis in sculpture. You know, I'm an interdisciplinary artist. I work between a lot of different mediums, but my work is grounded in performance and sculpture, and those processes sort of feed each other. I'm not gonna put on this shirt right now, but this shirt is it's dyed with povidone iodide. It's like surgical prep solution, essentially. Like, so it's gonna bleed. It's gonna start like bleeding as I sweat and get wet and stuff like that. That's the hope, at least. And then other works sort of like spurt out while those things are developing. So maybe like a series of photographs will emerge, or some drawings that are happening over here, and they all are sort of like swirling together in the same vortex. They're all part of like the same universe and the same world. So my work really changed when I developed Tourette syndrome. Like all of a sudden, as I was finishing up my time here, all of these are what's going to be like taped to me with the flowers and like water in them. And then eventually they're all get plucked out and eaten. I was a really hardcore like sculpture, capital S person for a while, and I loved it. You know, I found sort of like discovered a love for sculpture here at school. I felt like, wow, this whole world of like material and like the body in relation to material was just like opened up to me. You know, I like had to do some assignment in foundations, and then I sort of like never left that world. But then all of a sudden I couldn't control my body. I couldn't safely use power tools, and I developed a physiological condition with my my bones and my jaw and nervous system that was also being sort of like eroded, and I couldn't lift over 10 pounds for 5 years. So what I thought I was going to do with my life like really had to change, and also like what I cared about had to change, and that really like forced me to explore performance, because I felt like I had no other option. So all of my performance work and my work in general is sort of like driven in part by like the energy of my Tourette syndrome. I use it as like, I consider it an engine. Like it is like in a locomotive, it's like one of the engine cars. It's like really like one of the prime movers of my work, but it is not like all that the work is about. It's just like fuel. I'm sort of making work that's, you know, really heavily informed by like the idiosyncrasies of my strange and often like chaotic body, and as it goes through different like stages of wellness, and like I've been dealing with cancer and many surgeries and hospitalizations and all of these things that I think have really started to become my generative creative forces in my practice. I'm always trying to find ways of like pulling something meaningful and generative out of these experiences. So the waiting room is going to be the first performance I've done since getting out of the hospital, since this whole saga with cancer, which I'm really excited about, but also nervous, to be honest. So I'm sort of trying to use this sort of like this form as a way of like providing a really supportive and like wonderful re-entry for me. If I'm thinking about like what I really want out of it, that's one of the things that I really want out of it. So what the performance is really going to be is a collaboration between myself and my father, who also went to school here in the 70s, and is an incredible artist and musician. He's a world-class cellist. We're also going to be working with my cousin, who is a world-class percussionist and has performed all over the world. And we have collaborated to devise a score for cello and percussion that is derived from the ensemble music that you would hear when you're waiting while you're waiting to get through to the hospital or your doctor. So my hope is that the work transcends just those really simple ways of thinking about discomfort and pain. There's, I think that hopefully I'm able to, exemplify this notion that it's transitory and also it's not harmful, and the pain, if there's actual pain, it's just sort of a way to get to the next place, and it's not about that pain. It's not about just sinking into the doom and to the pain and the hurt and the harm of this thing. It's about if it's there, it's just a place to sort of pass through to get to this other spot that might be really rich. Pretty good. I'm gonna top it up a little bit.